In this episode, we went to the North Carolina Kiko Classic sale, which was held in Cookville, Tennessee this year due to the severe flooding in Asheville, North Carolina. We got to visit with some of our friends in the goat world and had a great time. We purchased 3 dolings at the sale. This is our 1 year anniversary where it all began. Thank you, everyone who has supported us on this journey.
Denali was the sire of the number 2 overall buck at the 2020 West Virginia test, as well as the number 5 overall at the 23 West Virginia test. Further back in the pedigree, we got
63. Thank you, 63. Thank you, sir.
Lot 117 is a New Zealand yearling consigned by Stony Creek Heritage Farm. The daughter of MCR Street Smart, who goes back to Blue Sun and Iron Horse. And out of ALA Miss 48, who is the daughter of JLJ Big Boy and ESC Anna. And this doe sells confirmed bred to JTG Havoc Spot.
Confirmed bred, guys. Confirmed bred doing the ring. How much on her? Here we go. $3 grand, 2 1. Everybody get in. 500, 5.5 and everybody get 5.5. Everybody get 5.5. 660. Everybody get 6 on bills. 600. Now 7. 7 on bills. 7.5. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 9. 9 and 9.5. Everybody get 9. 9.5. 1,000. 1100, 1200, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, that dude, what do you do? 2000, what do you do? 19, that's 21, 2, 23, 23, 23, 24, 24, where? What do you get? 25, 25 where? 24 bids, 25 where? What do you get? 5, 600, 2600, what do you get? 25 where? What do you get? 26, 25 where? 25, what do you get? 60 where? What do you get? 25, what do you get? 26, last call, I have, so 2500, thank you, 2500. 38, thank you, ma'am. 38, thank you both for bidding. Lot 2018.
Once again, guys, the picture of your catalog is not going to match this. This is mixed up with lot.
So we bought these girls here at the North Carolina Kiko Classic sale. We're driving 3 hours home and they've been beating each other up. Truck's been rocking side to side. These two are from the same farm and this one isn't. So I have a feeling this one is beating up on these two. Hi everyone, it's Amber from A&E Family Farm. It's been a while. We kind of took a break from YouTube for a while, but we've had a lot of things going on and I'm gonna show you a few of our new things that's been going on. Right over here is our dolings. You see our familiar faces here, little Cece, Millie over there. But we also have a couple of new faces. We call her Spitfire. Her name's Eliza's Sunrise. And Wanda over here. A big shout out to 7 Stands Farm. And we purchased these two. Being a bully already. We purchased these two at the Carolina Kiko Classic that was held in Cookville this year. And they are, like I said, from 7 Stands Farm in Jamie Miles. If you haven't followed his page, please check him out. He has also YouTube, and it's 7 Stands Farm, and it's very educational, and we have learned so much by watching him. And then we also have Miss Sophie back there. You can see her. She's a little shy. So we have these 3 dolins, and we're gonna breed them when we breed our other 2 dolins this next year. And so that will give us 5 more 100% New Zealands to breed. What are you doing? You're giving me a crazy look. You're giving me a crazy look. Ah, she's sweet. She's really sweet. They like animal crackers, just like the rest of them. I think that's what they're waiting on. So I'm going to walk you right over here and show you our other developments. We now have the rest of our barn material for one of our lean-tos that's going to come off the side. Let me kind of show you. We've laid it out so you'll kind of have an idea. So the lean-to is going to come off right here. It's going to come all the way down to here and then go back up. So we got a pretty big space that we're going to have to work our goats. This will be our goat side, and my intention is to maybe have the goats coming in from 2 different pastures into the barn. So we're gonna have our goats in this pasture can come in right in here and have shelter in the barn, and then we can make another entrance over here and have this side of the barn for goats on this side of the pasture. We will put, Eric and I have discussed how we're gonna divide it. So we're gonna have kind of a hallway that comes in the middle, and then I can feed them on this side and then on this side, and not have to go in with the goats to feed them. So I can actually feed them at the same time and walk down and spread their food out on both sides. Potentially we will make the other lean-to on this side with goats too. We had thought about just having it to park the truck under and some other things, other equipment and stuff, because it's going to come out the same distance on this side also. So we may end up using this side for goats too, and build a lean-to off the back of the shop for our equipment. We thought about, which we haven't done anything at the very front pasture up there. The fence stops, and we can subdivide this into several different pastures and have rotational grazing. But we can also put an alleyway and close off in the separate little paddocks with a gate, and then if we wanted to move the goats, all we would have to do is, if we had 2 different groups of goats grazing on this side, if we didn't want to move a particular group of goats, we could leave the gate closed to them, open the gate, let them come down the alleyway and into the barn if we needed to work them. Same thing with this side, which we already had built this little holding pen, and we can kind of already do that here if we need to move the goats from this side over to this side, but we don't want to move or intermingle the boys and girls. We can bring a group of goats right in here, close that off, and then there's a separate door right over there, and they can come in through there and go over to that paddock. And then after we move them out, we could let these goats in here back out if we wanted to, or vice versa. So we're probably gonna do that. We're probably gonna build coming off this post and make an alleyway right down through here, and then have separate grazing paddocks on this side of the farm as well. So once we get our barn built, then there's not that much space from the barn to the fence in here, so we won't have to do that much fencing in, but we would have a little holding area on the outside of the barn and then on the inside as well. So we'll see how that goes once we get our barn built, and then we'll start adding extra permanent fencing for our alleyway. We have Max and Sheba together now. Our previous video showed you where we took Sheba to the vet, because Sheba had one pup and it was stillborn when it was born. We kept her by herself for about 2 weeks, gave her antibiotics just to be sure she didn't get an infection, and then we have put her with Max out here. We will be breeding her again. We spoke with the vet. Oh, Max is barking at Kitty. Max don't particularly like Kitty. We had spoken to the vet, and he said since she'll be 4 this next year, she's already 3, that if we were going to breed her, to go ahead and breed her. So I think it would be the first of the year before she comes back in heat. So we're just going to leave her and Max together for right now. They've been teaming up pretty good at night. After we added that extra fencing, Max. After we added that extra fencing down there, as you can see that post way down there. So if they hear something at night down there, Max will start barking and run out, and then Sheba's his backup. So they've been doing pretty good together. We're going to walk back around here and show you another little update. Kitty. You better come with me. Here he comes. So yeah, we bought those goats at the Carolina Kiko Classic. It was held in Cookville this year because of the hurricane victims, and we had a good time. Got to visit with our friends, see everybody. So it wasn't that big of a drive on us, because it was just about 3 hours away from us, instead of having to drive up to North Carolina, which is more than 3 hours away from us. All right, let me show you the other update. Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Say hey, Maggie. So Maggie is pregnant. We took her to the vet. We had a pregnancy test on her after we knew that Sheba had been bred. I calculated from when I saw her with Max that she was due this Friday, and we took her last week. Well, 63 days will be Friday. So we took her this past week to the vet, and they did an x-ray, and they told us that she has at least 7 or 8 pups in her, which she's panting a little bit. We thought for sure she was going into labor Saturday night. She was really panting. We brought her in the house overnight just to keep an eye on her. But she she was not in labor. But anyway, we went ahead, moved her over here. There's no goats over here on this side of the farm right now, and we're letting her just be by herself. We're letting this pasture rest, and when we get our other goats that are supposed to be coming, we'll put them probably over here on the barn. But we wanted to give this pasture a little bit of a rest before then, and in the meantime we'll let Maggie have her pups in the barn. All the rest of them are over here. We went ahead and moved all of our bucks with our does for right now. Hey, Whiskey. Hey, Whiskey. Our does have been bred. Hey. We wanted to make sure they didn't cycle again, but we knew that in October is when we bred them. So they should be due in February. Wanted us to make sure we had them covered because we weren't sure if we left them in there long enough together, but so far none of them has cycled. So we hope that they're all at least pregnant with twins. Hey, I want you to look at his neck. If I can get him from the side here. What are you coughing? Did you get choked on your cud? Thinks it's food. His neck is so big. I think he's gonna be a really big buck. Of course he won't let me get a side picture of his neck. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn. He's gonna keep turning. He thinks I got food. So anyway, that's kind of been a little bit of an update about what's been going on with us. Like I said, we took a little bit of a YouTube break. We got to looking back at some of our old videos last night, and it has at this point been a little over a year since we started our goat journey and also our YouTube journey. So if you haven't seen some of those videos, they're pretty funny, and you can go back and see how little Maggie and Max are, and some of our goats from when they kidded. It's almost, I told Eric, it's almost like seeing your kid grow up and graduate high school because they're so little and then now they're so big. But just wanted to come on here and give everybody an update, and hopefully we'll get to post them on a regular basis more often. I don't know, the holidays are coming up, so, and we got a lot of things that are coming up that's gonna be happening, so maybe we'll get those posted. I have videos right now that we have not uploaded, so hopefully we'll get all those uploaded and you'll be able to see a little bit more of what's going on. So the next thing we're going to be working on is getting our lean-to to our barn built before it gets too cold and winter. And Eric, I think, also has some videos coming up on trapping. He has met a friend in the goat world and is like the Tennessee champion for trapping, and because we do have such a large predator load here, he is gonna try to trap, and I think he's gonna make some videos of that. So if you'll be stay tuned and you'll get to see some of those videos and some of our barn build videos. So until next time, everybody, I'm Amber from A&E Family Farm. Thanks for watching.